We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of how I miss seeing him every summer.
How he'd sit on the deck with ladies who smelled like carnations and men smoking menthols.
I remember
every Memorial Day and 4th of July, we did a fish fry. Climbed out of the packed car or trunk, if you were lucky enough to call it in time. Hugged the cousins. Introduced myself to people I'll never remember.
Remember his dog tag shared my last name. How we looked at each other. 2 black sheep off the main herd felt like he looked into, not at me. Bet me and him would know each other forever. Felt like he was playing God as an after-school club.
My cousin was so much older than me, and cooler. He imitated Christ, turned water into wasted, cussed around me like it was nothing, and made me feel like a grown-up.
My uncle was the first to make me think I'm beautiful. His mood set somewhere between a cold pillow and a packed gun. Sometimes I looked just like him. He was a soldier who learned how to kill. My uncle taught me everything I know.
I know to always eat before I go to their house, because Lord knows you're not eating until late before we ate. We stood in a circle, prayer made tangible by the touch of hands, and forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us.
One time he told me I was better than my father. I stole his badge that night and played army in the mirror until my reflection held a gun at his head. Sometimes I looked just like him. I prayed only over him on Sundays.
Some days I think a black cat crossed the path of our relationship when he told me, boys will be boys. He told me I spoke too emotionally, but no tarot spread could have predicted he would stop responding to my father.
I couldn't remember when he walked out the front door. Didn't hear him say, I'm not black, I'm multicultural. I'm not one of you niggas, so I'm not gonna be the one to pick you guys up. I should have known. He was only a black, how do you say it? Sheep.
I couldn't tell you what happened. I can't remember when they put the Confederate flag up, or when he told me it was the immigrants' fault the Parkland shooting happened, when he said the election was stolen. I know his love for me cannot disarm his hatred for the queer, or gun control, or everything I stand for.
The flag. I stand for the president, he said, and he said black people like he wasn't one of them. He could pretend they saw a soldier instead of a slave.
The feeling of being seen turned him brave.
I wish I could have raised him. If only I
caught him again and he asked how I'd been. I thought, I am no medium, I cannot speak with the dead. How can he love me and call my community groomers? Tell me he's not racist but say the N-word to my face.
How can he love me and say he's not one of me? Show me a video and I know he's making fun of me. Talk about a black sheep, but oh, you don't like being called that, so.
Multicultural sheep it is. I am fighting with myself, the 2 sides of me.
The fierce defender of all things justice.
And the child in me who just wants their love.
I still watch your son from my Instagram.
I still ask my mother for updates.
I didn't mean to give up on you.
But there is no restoration of the rancid scent of your ideology.
There's no remorse in your heart, so how can I hold any in mine?
I lost my cousin to QAnon.
I lost my uncle to coonery. So here's a eulogy for the living. There's dirt on my hands from burying you. Who is considered to be more righteous, the sinner
or the saint?
Are we both not saviors in our stories? I'm begging that I won't be saying this at your funeral.
That when you're in the ground, you will be surrounded with love instead of shame.
That you will see the error of your ignorance before it is too late. Before you lie in your grave, tombstone above your head,
saying, here lies a man no one forgave. Preyed upon for being isolated and afraid. Told the answer was to hate. Believed that if he got rid of his enemies, he could find what he was searching for.
I'm sorry you never found it in all your hostility. I'm sorry you never found it at all.